What up there, boxing fans? This is Ronell Higgins. You're watching Ronell Hig Boxing Reports. Okay, so since everyone's talking about, Joshua and Wilder, let me just put my 2 cents on it. I'm gonna start off with Joshua. So, all right, Anthony Joshua has a very aggressive style. In fact, Joshua starts out aggressive in the very first round, throwing hard jabs followed by a hard cross. He really tried to take his opponent's head off at the start of the bell. But what I notice about Joshua is he makes himself look inexperienced by the way he goes out there shooting straight punches. I mean, Joshua punches are way better than Wilder's, but by Joshua shooting so many punches in a row, it gives the opponent a chance to counter him. Much like what happened with Dillian White, and he ended up getting rocked. So in his next fight, the fight he had after that, he wasn't so much aggressive. But then again, starting off, but when he seen that his opponent was intimidated by him, he just went wild. Now, Joshua, had the commentators nervous in that fight. Okay, they thought they were going to see an upset. Okay, in the Dillian White, because they never seen Anthony Joshua rock before. But hey, that's what happens when you do what he does, just throw so many punches. It gives your opponent a chance to counter. Now, I understand that his knockout ratio is good, but most of those knockouts were journeyman and hype job boxers such as Charles Martin, Dillian White, and a few others to mention. Joshua has, defeated 5 undefeated boxers, but out of those 5, 4 of them were hype jobs, and mostly hype jobs. Like Charles Martin, he won a championship against Glasgow in a very poor fight. Glasgow looked like he was winning to me, but he ended up hurting his ankle. Instead of the fight being a no contest, they gave the fight to Martin. So, and he really did not deserve it. I didn't think so, but I'm not trying to take anything away from Anthony Joshua, but we have to admit it as boxing fans. All these undefeated heavyweight boxers has a bunch of journeymen and hype jobs on their records. Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, and Anthony Joshua. But however, out of the 3, Deontay Wilder has the least exciting, impressive performance. By the way he starts out slow. By the way he got that wild style about him. Like when his opponent is hurt or when he's trying to counter, he just swings so wild that his feet comes up off the canvas. And a lot of people looks at him and say, oh man, this dude look amateurish. Why is he getting the praise he's getting? And that's some of the reasons, or in fact one of the reasons why people always coming at Deontay Wilder. Of course, we know the other reason, because he's black, and mostly that came from like Floyd Money Mayweather. A lot of fans were saying, why do all black people has to say something good about Floyd Mayweather, or why they had to always defend him? I'm not turning this into a race thing, forget that, because that's not what I'm about. But that was happening, okay? And a lot of them didn't like the fact because Floyd Money Mayweather retired undefeated. They never got a chance to see him lose. And all those people, who they noticed was defending him, hey, it's like they won because they had bragging rights, because all along they kept saying, well, Money May is the best. Money May is the best. And he retired undefeated without a loss. So, and Deontay Wilder is like the same fans who were defending Mayweather are now defending Deontay Wilder. So it's mostly, they're not just attacking Deontay Wilder personally, but when they attack Deontay Wilder, they're attacking his fan base as well. And that's what this is all about. And because of that, most boxing fans thinks, he doesn't deserve all the praise he gets, or the championship belt he holds. And that's one of the other reasons, so many people is coming after Deontay Wilder's head. But I'm gonna put it like this. Like I was saying, I mean, yeah, Anthony Joshua has knocked out 5 undefeated fighters, and he says that, hey man, you know, he calls out Deontay Wilder, telling him you got to start taking on better opposition. But, you know, I likes Deontay Wilder and I likes Anthony Joshua, okay? I mean, I think Anthony Joshua is very sharp, okay, as a boxer, heavyweight. But, however, you know, Anthony Joshua let the hype get to his head. I mean, Dominic Breazeale was a hype job. I mean, if you go to Boxing Rec and look at Dominic Breazeale's record, look at the guys he beat, okay? Come on. Some of them guys got like 9 wins, 15 losses, you know, 2 knockouts, or some of them got like 20 fights with 20 wins, 20 losses, you know, this, that, and the third. And Dominic Breazeale also took on guys who was just like starting out, guys who had like 14 fights and whatnot, when Dominic Breazeale already had like 20 something fights, you know. So yeah, man, like he busted up a lot of hype jobs, okay? And you could say the same thing for Deontay Wilder, okay? Busted up a lot of hype jobs. So yeah, he took on a lot of journeymen, all right? Looks like that's all that's out there to fight. But however, okay, these journeymen and hype jobs are the one that build up Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and Luis Ortiz, okay? You know, this is how they got to where they're at. So coming at Deontay Wilder saying that he needs to take on better opposition, I mean, I understand that he's taking on who is it? Wladimir Klitschko, but Wladimir Klitschko is really out of his prime. You know, his timing and all, I'm pretty sure it slowed down. I mean, he is past 40, but you know, looking back in history, you know, you really can't judge Wladimir for being too old and he should lose. I mean, this is boxing, okay? One punch can change anything. If you don't believe it, go back and look at George Foreman versus Michael Moore. George Foreman was way past 40. In fact, he was older than Wladimir Klitschko is now, okay? And he still won a heavyweight championship by knocking out Michael Moore. And Michael Moore was dominating Foreman in that fight. But like I said, in boxing, one punch can change anything. So who knows, okay, how this is going to go? Who knows how Anthony Joshua is going to react to Klitschko's power, okay? Yeah, he still got power. You don't believe it? Ask George Foreman. I mean, he's past 40 and he still got a knockout over a top-tier young heavyweight. If you don't believe being old, you still can't produce knockouts or knockdowns. Pacquiao did one with Vargas, and he also knocked down Bradley, okay? So who knows how Anthony Joshua will react when he gets struck by Klitschko, okay? I understand he got rocked by Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte is not Klitschko. I'm pretty sure Klitschko has a little bit more sting on his, you know, right cross and hook than Dillian Whyte. So, you know, we all as fans shouldn't really look past Klitschko yet, but still, we still have a pretty good heavyweight fight coming up between the two. And whoever wins, I would like to see Deontay Wilder face them. And for Luis Victor Ortiz, if I said Luis Ortiz, you know, he ain't no better than Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. I mean, he took on a lot of hype jobs and journeymen, okay, a lot of old guys and whatnot. Although he started looking terrible in, you know, one of his last fight and so, but maybe he's slowing down. You know, he is a big man, but he's kind of like big fat, like muscle fat, okay? And mostly guys like that, don't last long. I mean, I understand that George Foreman was like that, but hey, he's not George Foreman, okay? George Foreman just had that sneak. George Foreman had that real knockout power. I mean, when it just looked like he tapped Michael Moore, and Michael Moore was out for the night, all right? By the time he woke up, he was no longer champion. So that's my take on this. You know, Anthony Joshua versus you know, Deontay Wilder. And also, if the two come, who do I think will win? Let me see. Well, with Anthony Joshua starting off so fast and being so aggressive, I mean, he does slow down in the later rounds, but you know, if he don't get Deontay Wilder out of there before 4 rounds, his ass is grass. So I'm pretty much sure he'll try to get Deontay Wilder out of there. He'll go out there being so much aggressive against Deontay Wilder. But once again, if you notice, Deontay Wilder is a pretty good counter puncher as well. Okay, half his knockouts came on, you know, counter punches and all. So this is something that I would like to see. Like to see the both of them. You know, they're both great fighters, especially Anthony Joshua. So I take my hats off to both of them, all three of them. All right, but anyways, that's my take on this. My name is Ronell Higgins. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.